Oh man, hoping that we've got good enough service out here. We're going for a walk and we had a thought. Crystal and I always talk about
a lot of things.
We talk about a lot of things, but we always seem to talk about our religious experience. You know, it always seems to be the case. We've told you before that our 9-year-old daughter, she hates it when we talk about the church, because for 3 years she's heard us talking about the church so much that she just can't do it anymore. So whenever she hears us talk about the church, you'll know she'll interject and try to change the subject.
Yeah.
And then you're like, excuse me, I was talking.
So when we catch ourselves now, Sean, we realize we're doing it, and then he's like, "Oh, look at the palm trees."
Yeah,
so
palm
like, okay,
trees
we're
is our
the subject.
That's our word.
Yeah.
That's our little secret word
like,
to
get back
move on.
Stop talking about it.
Because Brooklyn don't dig it.
Yeah.
But with that in mind, today we were talking, and Crystal was. Sorry, guys, it's hard to.
You want me to hold it?
Oh, it just kills your shoulders. It's so heavy.
Heavy. Well, it's your phone.
We were
case.
talking, and we need to bring a thing with us that holds the phone.
Yeah.
That would be nice. And Crystal was talking about how, someone that has been raised in a religion, of course, they have such a unique perspective to carry the rest of their life. And then I was saying how, you know what, I think it's a gift. I really do think it's a gift. And then I got to thinking about, those people who are falsely imprisoned. Those people that are falsely imprisoned, or if you guys have ever watched that movie, I think it's called Broken, where the guy gets falsely imprisoned overseas, and oh my God, he just endured hell. Mm-hmm. But man, you want to talk about a special perspective on life. Those people, who appreciates their freedom more than those people? Who appreciates, all the liberties of just living, just being alive and just having freedom than more so than those people? Well, I got to thinking, you know what? I have that perspective because I lived a spiritual prison. You've got a physical prison with the bars and all of that, but how would you define, Crystal, a spiritual prison? Yeah. And for me, a spiritual prison is living every day feeling like you're unworthy of God's love, living every single day feeling like, you're a liar, you're fake, and God is watching, and Jesus is, blood. You're making him bleed more. I don't know why they put that in my head. How many drops of blood of Jesus was your fault? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm a bully. I'm a horrible person. And then every day looking at the clock, catching 11:34, 1:34, and thinking, oh my gosh, like, I am going to go to hell. Like, I don't know how to fix it on this earth because I just keep making the same stupid mistakes, and anyhow, I just wanted to, sorry if this video is bouncing around and moving too much. I just wanted to, it's just such a gift, Crystal.
Yeah.
We're good, we'll just go this way. It is just such an unbelievable gift to have the perspective that we have. Oh, we're live. Look at that, looky here, we got back on.
Lost service. Let's go a little slower so it's not so bouncy.
Okay.
So I was going to finish my thought that I had around learning and kind of finding myself getting to a place where I'm able to appreciate that the church does still exist, because in the beginning I really just had this hope and dream that everybody was going to leave and the church would just be like, all the temples would just become like museums, and I thought that was going to happen within the next few years. But now I'm like realizing the benefits of it still existing, because every day it's a reminder of, provides that contrast for me that gives me more clarity around the things that I do want, because when you have the contrast, that's what provides you more awareness of, like the fish thing that we were talking about. A fish doesn't actually know it's in water. They don't know what water is. Have you ever heard that story of the two fish coming together and the one fish says, "How's the water?" And the other fish said, "What the hell is water?" Because they just don't know. So once the fish is out of water, then it realizes that, oh, I need water to live. So that's where I'm going with that, is that having the contrast with having the church still exist is just a constant reminder of what I don't want, and gives me clarity to focus on, you know, the things that I do want and what I want to create in my life.
What a phenomenal thought. That is a phenomenal thought. So what you're saying is having the church around is like this constant, it's renewed perspective all the time. Every time you communicate with people in the church and that stuff comes up, or every time you see people having to go to church, you know, it's just like this constant renewal that, phew.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't have to do that, or I'm glad that I, you know, have this. You can remind yourself of the freedom that you feel around, you know. And I hate the word freedom now with post-Mormonism. It makes me feel like that means like, no, we get to drink and all that, but it's never about that. It's freedom to believe in ways that make more sense to me, or that feel more empowering to me.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Love that. Because at the end of the day, whatever happens to the church it's not really it's not yours to carry. It's not yours. You see what I'm saying? Like, once you get to a good place and you're living in the present, and you're kind of in tune with your own self, that's where we've come. Is like, in terms of growth, if we are going to grow, we've got to tell the Sean and Crystal story. We don't have to keep on, you know. This is completely different, Crystal, than the way I felt that first couple years after we left.
Yeah.
It's completely different. Because I was always feeling like, we got to wage war, you know.
we got to make a change and do.
And now I'm thinking, that's not my war. I've kind of fought my own internal battles, and I actually feel like I'm finally winning my own internal battles. And they're mine to fight.
And by us living, just focusing on living our best life, that's actually what's going to create the most change. Change is what we're hoping for. It's just when we're so focused on just becoming better ourselves and feeling well and being, taking care of our spiritual life, anyway, it's not about fighting back. And
what a different feeling to have that come from within, and to not even feel any pressure. Like, I don't feel any pressure to be myself. That's interesting. Like, I could wake up. I used to hate it when my dad would come over to the house, because I feel like, oh great, now I can't just be myself. And then, like, the last few years, if he was to come over, like, nothing changes about me. I stay the exact same. Like, I talk the same, I do the same things. Like, I don't change for people now. What a gift that is. And so, like, 'cause I felt like, well, in the church, you know, I gotta set an example. I've got to set an example.
yeah,
I don't feel that anymore. Like, I don't set an example of what? When you're just living your true life, there's no like, there's nothing to be. Like, there's nothing to aspire to be.
There's no agenda. You're just living, right? Before, we always had an agenda. Like, I gotta show everybody, I gotta convince them, I gotta convert them.
Learning to be ourselves.
With no agenda.
It's true. Anyway, hope some of you guys are experiencing some of this stuff. Some of you are way ahead of us, and you're looking back thinking, yep, already did that, you know. We're all kind of on our own timetable. That's one of the coolest things, is to realize that maybe every soul has its own, you know, age, or maybe age doesn't exist. I don't know. But one of the things to think about is, you say, well, oh, those people have been out of the church 10 years and they're still, you know, they're still in this really bad place, an unhealthy place. Well, maybe not. Like, you don't know that, because you don't know their journey, you don't know their soul, you don't know their inner everything. So for us, it's been cool. It's been really, really cool. I'm finding myself to become less judgmental, as time goes, I'm finding, like, I'm catching myself is what I mean to say. I'm catching myself all the time in judgment, and I'm going, what's that? Yeah, can't do that. That's not cool. All right.
All right. See you guys.
Bye-bye.